I'm going to show you a 2-minute clip in which Bill Maher is going to make a sobering statement about how far off the deep end many in the left have gone in their support of Hamas.
I just want to finish with the values first, because it's just amazing to me that the American left, so much of it, throws their lot in with people whose values I hope they don't share, but let's go through them. Because values and customs make a difference, okay? And the people of Gaza, by the way, if the Israelis did get rid of Hamas, they'd be doing a giant favor to the people of Gaza who hate Hamas too. But
I have to stop him here just for a second, because to say that the people of Gaza, in fact, hate or do not support Hamas is a big jump in logic. In fact, it's a very generalized conclusion that does not fit with the data that we have. When Israel left Gaza and the Palestinian Arabs of the Gaza Strip were allowed to have their free and fair elections, the people of Gaza decided to vote in 90% leaders who wanted Israel wiped off the face of the map. Also, in addition, we just saw the mass celebrations in Gaza over the terrorist acts of Hamas against Israel. So for Bill Maher to say that the people of Gaza would in fact be happy that Israel is taking out Hamas is a very simplistic statement and doesn't entirely fit with the facts. It may be true that there are some in Gaza that would like this, but the reality is that many in Gaza in fact do support Hamas.
let's just go through the list. Because the Israelis look like us in most ways, values-wise. Maybe we're not doing it the right way. I don't know. Religious tolerance. That doesn't exist in Gaza. You're either Muslim or an infidel, and you better be a Muslim. Female freedom. Free and fair elections. Free speech. Gay rights. I see these Queers for Palestine.
Did you hear their sister organization, Blacks for the KKK?
It's like...
By the way, I'm a gay man. I've lived in Berlin. This is a level of masochism that even I cannot comprehend.
Right. I mean...
I know you've seen the signs out there in those pro-Hamas, pro-Palestinian or Palestine marches and celebrations that have been happening. Signs of individuals saying queers for Palestine. This is very simply nuts, because if any of those individuals were over in Gaza, they would immediately be killed for this. In fact, they would not even be allowed to share their own opinions on the subject. And so for them to sit here and say that they in fact support this group, especially after such a terroristic activity, when Bill Maher's guest said Black Lives Matter for the KKK, it really is an apt connection, because essentially you are supporting the very thing that you stand against.
You know what? I'm going to get...
Can I just finish my list? Pedophilia, I'll put that under don't ask. Child brides and so forth. Equality of the sexes, I'll categorize that under don't make me laugh. The fact that, you know, these people think that this is where they should be aligned with? That these are the values that you support?
I think this past week has been a real important moment for a moral reckoning on the American left. Because there is a small, and I'm going to emphasize that, a very small, but growing and extremely loud faction on the American left that has revealed itself.
I don't know how small anymore.
Okay, well, I mean...
And now I'm going to have to absolutely agree with Bill Maher here and disagree with his guest, who just made a really good statement previously, but here I think he's pretty off, because he's trying to emphasize the word small. It's a very, very tiny, small group on the left, and I just don't think that the facts and the data back this up. And when Bill Maher says, I don't know how small anymore, I would say, open your eyes, look around, look at the marches. We're seeing millions of people around the United States who are floating out signs in support for a group that just committed absolutely disgusting attacks on a sovereign country. I mean, some of the worst things we've seen in our modern history. And this is the group that is supporting these horrendous things. It's probably a very big number of people, especially on the left, who in fact do support what is going on in Gaza. And we heard some of those things: pedophilia, having children wives to adult men. This is really terrible. Equality of the sexes, it does not exist. Being able to say what you want or speak out your mind, or freedom of speech, it simply does not exist there. Freedom of religion, it does not exist. You're either Islamic or you are nothing. If you're an infidel, you will be killed. And of course, if you have any preferences in your lifestyle, the way you want to live, that is in any disagreement with what they say there, they will kill you for it. And the support on the left for this area, these ideologies, is immense, when you would think that you would end up supporting the side that has similar ideological values of freedom and liberty and choice to speak and religion, to say what you want, to live how you want, all these different things. They're not supporting that side. They're putting the weight of their support behind Hamas, Palestine, Palestinian Arabs, however you want to say it. I do understand that there's a distinguishment between these groups, but there's a closeness there as well that you cannot deny. And so it's sort of disturbing to see this, but I do believe that we're seeing individuals on that side of the aisle, the liberal side of the aisle, showing their true colors. And I think this is important because we really are starting to understand how far off the deep end this really is. And so I'm not sure how the American people are going to react to this, especially with new elections coming up and the like. But I thought that this clip, especially from Bill Maher, was really eye-opening and sobering, and I figured I'd share it with you. I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll catch you on the next one.